Hi there, Richard Fulmer here, and welcome to another Richard's Rock Rambles. So recently I went up the road here to another vinyl fair, basically just up the road from my house, and picked up some great vinyl, some that I've been after for some time. And I got another triple album, not too many of those around. I think what I have already as far as triple albums go are Woodstock, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and then the one that I picked up that I'll show you in a second. But I must also say thanks to Peter DeWitt, a very good friend of mine who's selling vinyl at the fair. I got most of what I bought from him, and I think I got the triple from somebody else. But yeah, it was just great to catch up with people and speak to like-minded folks. The vinyl community, which is quite a close community here in Cape Town. There's also a bigger one which happens in the waterfront in Cape Town, and I'm hoping to catch that one at the end of the year. So let me get into it and let me show you what I picked up. First off, an album by Heart called Little Queen. Now, I've had my eye on this album for many years. For me, it's one of their best of the 70s, 1977 in fact. And if you listen to this album, you can hear the Zeppelin influence. There's a lot of sort of acoustic-y, folksy tracks on here. Very much in the vein of Led Zeppelin 3. They were huge fans. Obviously, Ann Wilson was a big fan of Robert Plant, being a vocalist. And, of course, this album contains Barracuda, which was obviously their biggest hit. So it's got Barracuda, Love Alive, Sylvan Song, Dream of the Archer, which is a beautiful track. That's very Zeppelin-esque. Kick It Out, which is quite a rocker. Little Queen, the title track, which is excellent. Treat Me Well, Say Hello, Cry to Me, and Go On Cry. Great album. There's Nancy Wilson. She also does some backing vocals, plays guitar, and that's Ann Wilson, the vocalist there, who I believe has recently had some surgery or something. She's got cancer, I think. So yeah, she's not in a good space at the moment. And there's the guys at the back, very sort of a retro look, the archery and all the rest of it. Well-produced album. I'm glad I got hold of that one. Next, another band that I'm really chuffed that I got, because their stuff is like hen's teeth to get on vinyl, and if you do find them, usually they're quite heavily priced. But Pete, my good friend Peter DeWitt, he got us at a good price for me. Gentle Giant and the album Freehand, which I believe has recently been given the deluxe treatment with Steven Wilson doing the remixing, but this is the bog standard vinyl, which is great for me. I don't mind that. Not much to show you. That's the back. Just the Same, which is probably the best track on here, the first track on side one. On Reflection, Freehand, the title track, Time to Kill, His Last Voyage, Talibont, and Mobile. Now, this isn't a band that you're going to just get into. They were a unique band, had a unique sound. I don't know how to compare them, but probably the closest for me, as I think I've said before, is probably Frank Zappa, as far as quirkiness and that kind of stuff goes. All excellent musicians. They swapped their instruments quite a bit. Derek Shulman, Ray Shulman, Kerry Manier, Gary Green, he was the guitarist, and John Weathers, I think he was the drummer. Recorded at Advision Studios, London, April 75. Freehand, another one that I'm really glad I got hold of. So that's Gentle Giant. My very first Steve Hackett. There we go, and this one is called Spectral Mornings. You know, Steve Hackett's got a very unique style on the guitar. Of course, he was the guitarist for Genesis, has had a big solo career as well. And there he is at the back. Very smooth guitar style, like David Gilmour, that kind of feel. I must listen to this again. I've only given this one cursory sort of listen on the Charisma label, same label that Monty Python was on. Every Day, The Virgin and the Gypsy, The Red Flower of Takai blooms everywhere. There's very much an Eastern feel to this album. I get that impression, sort of a Japanese feel to things. Clocks, The Ballad of the Decomposing Man, Lost Time in Cordoba, Tiger Moth, and Spectral Mornings. So Steve Hackett's on guitars, rolling guitar synth. Pete Hicks on lead vocals and harmonies, quite a good singer. Dick Cadbury on bass. Nick Magnus on keyboards, John Hackett on flutes, I'm assuming that's his brother, and John Shearer on drums as well. Produced by John Aycock and Steve Hackett. And this is from 1979. I need to get more of his stuff because I really enjoy his style. This isn't shredding by any means, but he knows he plays just enough when it comes to time for the solo. And this whole sort of atmospheric vibe that he gets with his music is, yeah, he puts his stamp on it. Steve Hackett, there we go. That's album number 3 that I got. And then I picked up another Wishbone Ash that I've been after for a while called New England. There's a rather strange cover there. I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. There's the back. And this is a gatefold. And there's the guys all in their bare tops, and there they are in the water. Yeah. So who was in the band? This red on black never works for me. Andy Powell on electric guitars. Laurie Wisefield, he was the other guitarist at this stage, so there are always 2 guitarists. Martin Turner on bass and vocals. Trying to see where's the drummer here? Steve Upton on drums. So that was the band. There we are. That's Steve Upton. There's Laurie Wisefield. Powell, and there's Martin Turner, the bassist and vocalist. Yeah, that's the band. Andy Powell, couldn't think of his first name. Wishbone Ash, New England, great album this. And the standout track for me is Lorelei, the last track on side 1. Beautiful track. You know, these guys could rock out, but they also wrote really cool sort of ballady type songs with some great guitar work. I'm trying to think what else is good on here. Mother of Pearl is cool. Prelude. Yeah, chuffed I got this one. This is one of the ones that I've been after for some time. Thank you, Peter. And then last but not least, the triple album that I spoke about. Yes Songs. That great early live album with Alan White on drums. It took the place of Bill Bruford. John Anderson, Rick Wakeman, Steve Howe. Who have I missed out? I think that's about it, isn't it? Chris Squire, of course, on bass. That lovely growling Rickenbacker that you can hear to its full extent on this album. Also, really good backing vocalist. His vocals are very similar to John Anderson. If you listen to Chris Squire's solo album, what was it called? The one about the fish. Anyway, very similar vocals. So there's that great Roger Dean back cover and that excellent front cover. And this cover's had a bit of wear and tear, but you don't listen to the cover, you listen to the album. And the albums themselves, the vinyl inside are fine. You can see this has had a few owners over the years. So this is a triple album. Let's see if I can show you this without destroying everything. There we go. That's... let me see if I can get this open. Whoops. You see what I mean by the cover having some wear and tear. Yeah, they don't make stuff like this anymore. This was very much of its time. Let me see if I can... There we go. And that's the cover, the front cover. Okay, I folded this incorrectly. It's, I think you need a manual. There we go. And the tracks on here, side 1, opening excerpt from Firebird Suite, Siberian Katru, that brilliant track. I'm trying to think, what was that, Close to the Edge, or one of the other earlier ones. Heart of the Sunrise, Perpetual Change, and You and I, with some great vocals from John Anderson. Mood for a Day, excerpts from Six Wives of Henry VIII. Of course, that was the Rick Wakeman album, solo album. Roundabout, one of my favorite Yes tracks. Your Move, All Good People, Long Distance Runaround, The Fish. And then finally, Close to the Edge, which is a whole of side 4, one side of side 4. And Yours Is No Disgrace, and Starship Trooper finishes things off. Excellent production. I must say, for vinyl for its time, it was a really good sound. All tracks recorded on tour during the 1972 tour. And a couple of other thanks and things. And this was released in 1973. So there we go. Another one that I'm really chuffed to get. Triple album by Yes Songs. I think I might have to do some repairs to this cover. It's falling to pieces. Like I am. Anyway, there we go, guys. Just a quick video on what I got recently here at the Vinyl Fair. try and get to those when I can, and especially if it's just on the road. But like I said, at the end of the year, I'm going to try that big one in Cape Town at the waterfront, the tourist trap, as I like to call the waterfront. Yeah, if you don't have pounds and dollars, it's not the cheapest place to go to. There we go, guys. Have yourselves a great week. It's still cold here in Cape Town, still getting rain. Dams are overflowing, but hey, the rain just keeps coming. Bring on summer is what I say. Look after yourselves. If you haven't yet, please down below, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Any comments, more than welcome. Great to hear from you. Take it easy. Bye-bye.